What is going on, guys? Satsuki the Savage here, and today I'm going to be giving my first impressions of Blade of the Immortal. More specifically, I should say Blade of the Immortal 2019, because there was an older version of the series that didn't do so well, even though I didn't watch it. And let me preface this video by saying I am an anime only viewer. That will be important later on, but I gotta say that this series might be in some danger. So this is not going to be a positive video for the most part. So if you got any issues with that, I advise you not to watch this video. But let's get into my gripes with this series so far. This series already has glaring problems in its 3-episode tenure, and it starts with the synopsis. I'm going to read the synopsis provided by my anime list verbatim because there is a lot of issues that comes with it. Manji is an immortal swordsman who has been cursed with eternal life. He has grown tired of living with all the death he has created. He has no skills other than those of killing. Thus, he forms a plan to regain his mortality. He shall kill 100 evil men for each good one he has killed. The old witch who has afflicted Manji with immortality agrees to Manji's proposition, and Manji is set on his path to kill 1,000 evil men. On his journey, he meets a young girl, Rin, who has her own vengeance to seek against the sword school whose members slaughtered Rin's family. Rin and Manji journey together, each hoping to find some kind of peace. In their way are many very enemies. Rin and Manji are almost constantly under attack and must learn to live their lives, avoiding being consumed by revenge. The issue is that this series doesn't match up with the synopsis, at least when it pertains to the information we got on Manji. Maybe I didn't pay close enough attention or something, but I don't think the series mentioned how Manji was immortal, or his goal of killing 1,000 evil men, or why he ultimately helps Rin in her revenge. The most we got is that Manji journeyed with Rin because she reminded him of his sister, a sister we did not see. So right off the bat, the series has completely botched the background of these characters, and even if they plan to save that info for later, it doesn't work when we don't know why the main character does what he does. Besides that though, when we look at the plot of the series, it's nothing we haven't seen before. It's the classic revenge tale in the setting of feudal Japan. Now, while the plot may be simple, we had to keep in mind the manga was written in 1993, so there's a reason why it's not pioneering anything currently. And we have to remember, while the story may be simple, it could be compensated for with great characters. But what happened or didn't happen early on? The series killed the explanation of character motivation, which is vital for characterization. So already we are getting off on the wrong foot. Going into the characters individually, Manji seems like a pretty cool character with a lot of potential. Manji has the presence and the aura of a wise, grizzled veteran that has experienced much of the world, and him being a great swordsman as well as being immortal is an added bonus. And then we have Rin, who so far has not added anything to the series other than providing the actual goal. Rin has been the infamous damsel in distress, and while that's unappealing now, seeing her possibly grow into a competent swordsman would be worth the grief in the long run. A good quality about Rin is her dedication to achieve her goals. She would walk down a dark path to see her objective realized, even though that falters to some degree in the first episode. The art in Blade of the Immortal is good. I like the character designs of Manji and Rin. It's not crazy unique, but it doesn't have to be. It just works for the series at hand. Now, the animation, on the other hand, is a completely different matter. Watching episode 3, I saw just how lazy this series got. It was pretty much a Microsoft Office slideshow. Still images and flashy cut after flashy cut cannot be the replacement for actual movement. It makes the fight in question look jarring because it's hard to follow. Now, every studio is going to cut corners, I realize that, but that is no excuse for the travesty I witnessed in episode 3. I am praying to Buddha, to Allah, to Jesus that episode 3 was an anomaly, but if the animation is more of the same in a series where it's fight after fight no less, then it will look horrid when it's all said and done. Now I will go into my biggest issue. As I said before, I am an anime only. However, even I could tell something was not right with the pacing of the series when episode 3 rolled around. I felt like that episode in particular was rushed and lackluster, so I went back and read a bit of Blade of the Immortal and found out they crammed 5 chapters worth of material in a single episode. Mind you, Blade of the Immortal has 40 plus page chapters, and normally series with that length have about 2 chapters adapted in the anime, so this series doubled that and more, which made for a big mess of an episode. The studio that is animating Blade of the Immortal is Leiden Films, and they have had a bad reputation in my eyes because they had a part in a tragedy known as Berserk 2016, albeit it was in production and not animation. Leiden Films has also animated Hanabado, which is gorgeous visually, so I don't know why in the hell they couldn't put a quarter of that care into a series that is highly regarded as Blade of the Immortal. And one more thing I wanted to add to this video before I close it out is I want to say, just because an anime doesn't adapt everything from the manga doesn't make it inherently bad, all right? I had to watch people bash The Promised Neverland, manga readers are talking about, just because it didn't add everything from the manga, all right? They were mad that it wasn't a one-to-one adaptation. Sure, you could say the manga is superior. You could say that you were disappointed that certain things weren't added or were omitted, but to call something bad just because some things aren't there is asinine in my opinion. The problem with Blade of the Immortal isn't the fact that here and there some things are missing. No, there are complete story elements just gone, just wiped off the face of this anime. So it's leaving me, who is an anime only viewer, confused. And if I can get the feeling that something is off and I don't even read the source material, that's an issue. That's just a studio issue. I don't know what's going on with this anime. So that's something I wanted to add. I don't think Blade of the Immortal is going down the right path. I am very concerned for the series. And this is a series I was excited to get into. I heard great things from the manga. I seen the score on my anime list. It's a good score. So when this anime came out, when it was announced, I was happy. 3 episodes into it, I'm scared for my life. I'm fighting for my fucking life. I don't know what's going on, man. But that's all I wanted to say. I want everybody, though, to give the series a chance. You know, see for yourself whether my words ring true or not, all right? Don't just take my word and say I'm not going to get into it. But I'm just making this video as a discretion, all right? Viewer discretion is advised when you go into this series. All right, but that's all I wanted to say. If you guys enjoyed this first impressions, like, comment, subscribe. Satsuki the Savage, out.
Am I dying to live or am I living to die? Living a lie with my head stressed out. See, I'm stressed out.